Hello, and welcome to the first segment of Now We're Cooking with Dr. Rockwood. I'm your host, Dr. Rockwood. We're here in the Glebe neighborhood of beautiful Ottawa, and this is my entry for the Briar Blues Italian Cooking Challenge. Now, this is not just my first foray into the YTPC, but this is also my first video ever, so please do forgive the shoddy editing. Although if there's one thing I did notice is that everyone who's part of the Briar Blues clan is a gentleman, so I don't think I'll have to worry about that. Today, I'll be making saltimbocca alla romana, but not just that. I'm taking this opportunity to make my wife a beautiful dinner, because she is also beautiful and deserves it. I know she's listening. And yeah, essentially I'll be making saltimbocca as the main meal, but also a nice caprese salad to go alongside that. And normally saltimbocca, being a Roman dish, is cooked with some sort of a roasted potato. I much prefer risotto, so I'm going to be making a risotto that's a little bit thicker and creamier, kind of more the style you'd find up north where it's a little bit colder. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoy the video. Keep watching throughout for the color commentary, and thank you very much for all your time. Good evening. Okay, so as per the instructions, here are all the ingredients that I'm going to use to make today's meal. So we got the veal here and the prosciutto from a local Italian deli here in the Glebe in Ottawa. And of course I got everything from there. The brio is not part of it. I just saw that in the fridge at the Italian deli and I decided to get one for myself. So like I said, it'll be saltimbocca alla romana. Now normally you would eat this with a potato type of dish, so like baked potatoes with rosemary in the oven or something like that. I much prefer risotto, so I decided to kind of go my own way and make my own risotto. And to sort of freshen things up, as you might be able to tell here, I'm going to make a caprese salad. So just picked up these herbs, they're nice and fresh, I just washed them, and we'll be good to go soon. Now, well, yeah, the red wine is probably just more for my enjoyment, but I will be using this white in the risotto, and once I'm done frying up the veal, I'll use it to deglaze the pan a little bit. I will say though that this is an Italian wine. This is really good wine. This was the leftover of our wedding wine. We got married on October 2nd, and this was the white that we had at our wedding. And this one's from Southern Ontario, so represent. Even though we're in Ottawa, but 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's Canadian. So because I only have two hands, I'm gonna actually do this separately. I'm just gonna start by prepping the caprese salad and not seasoning it or drizzling it with the balsamic cream or with olive oil and salt and pepper just yet. So I'll put that aside in the fridge while I then do the saltimbocca, and then once that's done, I'll deglaze the pan, put the drippings all over that, and keep it on extremely low heat in the oven to give me time to then do the risotto. So I'm just going to get started on prepping for the salad, and I'll probably just fast forward through that in the video itself once I'm editing. So stick around. Okay, I'm back. Actually, before I continue, I should apologize for the state of my hands. We just got a new puppy. He's 3 months old and he's teething, and he seems to think that Daddy's arm is a chew toy. But I digress. Here we go. Just gonna start by washing up some tomatoes, chopping them up as well, and I'll fast forward through this part. Alright, next we negotiate the cheese. Let's see here, fresh and delicate. I finished my brio and now I've moved on to bows. That's going in the fridge until I'm done everything else. Okay, so now that the caprese salad is assembled but not dressed yet, and it's in the fridge, I'm going to move on to the veal. So here we got our beautiful prosciutto. There's not much of it. The point isn't to eat it on its own. It's to, well, you'll see. Now, people who know this recipe know that the funnest part about making it is, let me just pop that over there actually. The funnest part about making it is getting to smash it and tenderize it basically. Now in Italy, you can find these everywhere. It's pretty much a big, flat, round, metallic version of this thing, which I used to bang garlic. But when I lived in Italy, I could walk into any kitchen appliance store, pick those up. Those big flat metal things, I cannot find them for the life of me here in Ottawa. So I got the next best thing, an empty tin. So this is just a Ziploc bag that I've cut the top and sides off. And I'll take my first one here, like so. And away we go. See that? It's actually working pretty good. Great way to get your frustrations out in the kitchen as well. Now, you tenderize this, right? Make it nice and flat as best you can, because you want it to fry quickly, right? All right. Good old My Mixture 965. Okay, so that's the first one. Batter up. Okay. 3, 2, 1. All right, look at that, flawless. Oh, buddy. Oh yeah, look at that, hey? Oh boy. All right, this is the last one here. Thirsty work though. All right. Who knew that smoking could have culinary benefits? Look at that, nice and flattened, stretched out. Oh, beauty. All right. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That is gorgeous. All right. Just gonna tidy this up here real quick and come back for the next part. I'm gonna try and pick out some of the best leaves here in the bunch, and I might just fast forward through this as I pick through it. So the idea here, I'm going to do 2 or 3 per cutlet, or escalope, as we call it. And the prosciutto. Where is my prosciutto? Okay. I know I said this wasn't for eating and just for cooking, but I can't resist. So, just like that. 3 bits of sage. And now, hopefully this doesn't fall apart. Oh, yeah, look at that. Now, I'm poking through the entirety of the piece here and out the other side like that, so that we know for sure that the sage and the prosciutto are secured to the veal. So, that's one. And now, the second one. I should probably take out the toothpicks from the clean toothpick dispenser that I'm going to use with my dirty, raw, meaty hands rather than just go in there. Bear with me 1 second. All right. And since I've washed my hands, I'll take another sip of my delicious beer. So, all right, number 2. Ooh, yeah, there's your big boy. Number 3 now. Let's see here. There's something about the sage that just goes so well with that veal. It's kind of like that wild taste. It's not quite gamey, but it's got some wang to it. It's got a bit of a zing. Oh no, my toothpick. Shoot. And voila. Now this is perfect. So I'm just gonna quickly clean up, and then I'm actually gonna prep everything I need for the risotto as well, just so that I don't have to worry about doing it later. This way, once these are nice and fried up and I got the pan deglazed, into the oven they go at like 160 just to keep it nice and warm while I can focus on the risotto. So I'm just going to pause briefly and do a little cleanup, and then we'll continue. Okay, we're back. I'm gonna start prepping the risotto stuff. I say risotto, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. So I'm gonna want about a cup and a half or so of this nice arboreal rice. Let's see, there's a cup. About a cup and a half here, a cup and a third. Okay, yeah, okay. So we can do this. Hopefully I have enough. Yeah, it's about a cup and a half. Give or take. I don't know. That's the fun of it, right? Is that you kind of just make things up as you go as well, right? There's a recipe to follow, but you always have to wash your rice. Because if you don't, it really tends to stink, actually. Okay, rice has been rinsed. Let's see, what else here? Okay, about a cup of white wine and about a cup and a half of Parmesan cheese. Okay, so for the white wine, the wedding wine, this is a cup. And like I said, I'm just getting all this done now so that when the time comes for me to actually cook it all, you know, it's good to go. Oh, I just want to drink that. Okay. Instead, I'll go back to my bows. Okay. And now we get to the Parmesan cheese. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna grate the whole thing. I will fast forward through this just so that you're not needlessly watching me grate cheese for 20 minutes because I'm a very slow grater. So I'll be back in 1 second. By the way, you hear our little puppy Rufus barking in the background. He's currently doing a training session with my wife. And like I said, he is teething. He has been a bad boy once or twice, but generally he's a very, very good boy. He's getting better every day. Every day there's a victory. He's more or less house trained after 3 months. But it's nice, you know, my wife and I both work for the government, so we're currently working from home. And it's really nice to have someone there with him. So anyway, I digress. I'm going to start working on this and I will be back. Now this is Parmigiano Reggiano. When I was living in Florence, I did many trips throughout the country, day trips and whatnot. One of the nicest places that I went to was Parma, where Parmesan comes from. And right next to it is Modena, where balsamic vinegar comes from. It was very, very interesting to see how everything was made. Also, I didn't know this, but apparently in that region, the mafia up there deal a lot in stealing cheese. So counterfeit cheese is the commodity as well as balsamic vinegar up in Parma and Modena. You might also know Parma from Parma ham, which is delicious. Anyway, I digress. I am going to get at this and I'll see you very shortly. Still grading. Still grading. You know, some people will call this a labor of love. I just call it a labor. Although I do love the good food that comes out of it. Still at it. Now, good thing is, when you got a little belly like mine that hangs over the edge of the counter, it helps stop all the little, flecks of Parmesan from toppling over the edge of the counter. So that's one good thing about enjoying very cheesy, very rich foods. Okay, next up, I need about 2, maybe 3 cloves of garlic, minced. Let me see if I still have my machine. Ooh, yes, I do. Oh, I remember when I lived in Italy and I didn't have one of these, and I had to do everything by hand. Yeah, it took a very long time. So, let's just see here. This one. 2. You know what? It calls for 2. I might as well just put 3 because I love garlic. Which knife am I going to use here? Let's see. Okay, that can go here. I always like to keep a clean work area. Should I do all 4? Yeah, why not? All right, let's go to town on this sucker. And this stuff is going to be coming out my pores. Whew. This is number 3. Oh. Oh man, gotta get in shape. Whew. And 4. Now, it called for 2. I minced 4. I might not use all of it and then just keep the rest in oil or something. But I had 1 clove left in the bulb, or in the head, rather. I say bulb. I'm French Canadian, so la gousse. I don't know. Oh wow. Yeah. I might not use all of it, but I like knowing that I have it. Okay. So that's our garlic prepped. Rufus, no. Oh, he's got my shoe. Leave it. Good boy. All right, and now the onion. Again, I do like to keep a clean work area. I hope you guys can all see. And I know it makes me look like a bit of an idiot, but I wear swimming goggles whenever I chop onions because, because I can. Ow. Okay, there we go. Okay, whoa, man, this is pressing into my eyeballs. And it gets a little bit too tight. It's okay. Fine cuisine is all about sacrifice. They all laughed at me. Who's laughing now, huh? No tears. Just like Johnson & Johnson's. Whew. Forget the eyes. This is stinging my nostrils. Rufus. He's got the zoomies. Yep, here you go. Whew, yeah, this is a ripe onion. Whew. Even with the goggles. Okay, so that's our onions done. All right, so now that this is all good to go, I'm gonna set this aside and basically start by cooking up the veal. And then once that's done, like I said, we'll stick it in the oven, keep it warm, and then I'll whip up the risotto. I keep reminding myself to clean up my station after every step, because otherwise I'll be sleeping in the guest room for reasons other than the amount of garlic that I'm putting in this dish. Okay, so now we've come to the cooking portion. And, okay, medium high. That should be good. Ish. I'm going to start with some butter. And, okay. Whoa. Now, the more butter you use, the better it'll taste, naturally. So, I'm also going to use a little bit of olive oil, though, just to sort of offset it. Okay. Now we're cooking. That's the whole point of the show. It's called Now We're Cooking with Dr. Rockwood. And in every segment, I want to try and pan into the frying pan or open the door to the oven or whatever and close up on the food and say, now we're cooking. All right. So I'm just going to let that melt a little bit. I'm also going to add just a tiny bit of olive oil just to kind of help it along. Now, living in the glebe means that we live in a very old house. Our house is actually over 130 some years old. You know, it's got all the modern amenities though. But it is quirky, and part of that means that it isn't quite level. So if I do this, the butter will just naturally start to fall back here. Yep, here it goes. Good thing is I can just put all the butter at the top and then just have it melt gradually, and it'll coat everything evenly. Now the butter thing, butter, while it is used in Italy quite a bit, I think the French have the gold medal for cooking with butter. Don't quote me on that though, I'm not 100% certain about it. All I know is that I did use olive oil, but the butter is there to kind of just give it that little bit more richness that I'm looking for in a nice saltimbocca alla romana. Right. Got the oven preheating. 170 is the lowest it goes. So once these are done frying up, they're going to go in there. I'm going to wrap that in tin foil, pop it in the oven, and then bang, right away into the risotto. Oh, okay, starting to get some sparkle here. Ooh, yeah. Okay, starting to sizzle. And we're going to get to work. All right. if you can hear it. Oh, there it goes. I probably should have waited a little bit longer before putting that on there. No, starting to go. It's starting. Oh. Here we go. This is chemistry. Oh yeah, here we go. Whew. Nice. Now never, ever, ever do this without a shirt on, because otherwise... Oh, you see that beautiful caramelization here on the outside? That's what I like. That's what I'm looking for. This is a very rustic dinner. Nothing fancy about it. It just looks fancy and it's a lot of prep, but anyone can do it. And this smell reminds me so much of Italy. Oh yeah. All the butter's coming into this piece here. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. Now I'm going to shove this into the rest of the buttered area. Wonderful. Oh yeah, juice is just starting to come out here. That's wonderful. Look at that beautiful caramelization. Ooh. Yeah. It's a good thing I'm wearing a shirt because this is getting quite splashy. Jeez. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go for another 30 seconds, I'd say. Ooh, ouch. I think tomorrow I'm gonna mop the floors of the kitchen because there's butter flying everywhere. Oh, that smells so nice. Oh yeah. Whew. And pièce de résistance. Look at this. Oh man. All that juice. Just right in there. Beauty. Okay. All right. I can never remember, is it shiny side down or matte side down? I think shiny side down because it would just mirror the heat back into the Corningware, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that anyway. And pop in the oven it goes. Oh, there goes the camera. All right. Okay. Next up, risotto or risotto. My wife always makes fun of me because I say risotto. I guess she's right. Risotto in North America. Anyway, be right back. Okay, we're back. Next up, the risotto. The veal is staying nice and warm at a comfortable temperature here in the oven. So, I'm just going to start here with just a tiny little bit of olive oil. Just going to wait for this to get up to temperature. Hi, Rufus. Sorry, the dog just walked in. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, yeah. Rufus, there's very important things happening here. Hi, Rufus. Good boy. Oh, nope, still going. Good boy. Go see Mom. No? Okay, you want to hang out with Dad? Yeah, that's cool too. Alright, so as I was saying, I'm just going to start with a little bit of olive oil. 2-3 tablespoons or so. I don't know if you would call that a bit or not enough. But basically, I'm going to start working the garlic and onions. Now he's licking the floor next to he's licking the floor next to the stove from all that splattering butter. Alright, just waiting for that to get to temperature. Rufus, there's nothing in there. You already had your supper. It's my turn to cook Mom's supper. Oh. One too many treats has gotten you thirsty, eh? Hey, Rufus. Hey, come on. Stop it. Oh, it's all wet. Good job, buddy. Huh. You want to call him over, hon? Go see Mom. Oh, good boy. Having a 3-month-old puppy, oh, well, is a very, very rewarding experience. In with the onions, by the way. It was a lot of work at first, but this week he's just been awesome. He's not going to the bathroom indoors. He's learning leave it and sit. He's not humping my leg anymore. He's a very, very good boy. Alright, so that was our onions. Next up, the garlic. Oh, yeah. Trusty wooden spatula. Okay. As I said, next up, we've got our garlic. I know I said I thought I might not use all of it, but hey, cooking's all about having fun and enjoying what you eat. I love garlic. Maybe it's because I'm half Lebanese, I don't know. But this stuff flows through my veins. And there we go. So once these guys are translucent, I'm going to stick the rice in. Still got to give it time. Rufus, hey, get out of here. Finished all my bows, so I switched to moose head. And this is what a Saturday night's all about. Give dinner for your wife, hang out with your dog, have a beer or 2 or 6, and make a great meal. Rufus. Rufus, hey, get out of there. Hey, get out of there, buddy. So, we're not quite there yet. I'm just going to let this simmer for a little bit more. Oh, actually, I have a awesome spatula holder. It's a smushed down Glenfiddich bottle that I got for Christmas. I do like a good scotch. You know? We have a wood fireplace here. We're one of the lucky ones, at least in Ottawa. There's bylaws against being able to make fires and stuff, but if you have a house with an existing fireplace, you can use it. New houses cannot be built with wood fireplaces within the confines of the city. Apparently. Don't quote me on that, that's just what I heard. However, since our house is over 130 years old, I like to make a fire. Well, first of all, I sequester myself in my fireplace area with a curtain so that the smoke doesn't escape. But I light a fire, I pour myself a scotch, and I pack my bowl, and then I'll smoke my pipe in front of the fireplace. And once Rufus is a little bit older, hopefully he'll be calm enough and sleeping his nights enough that I'll be able to enjoy doing that in the winter. During the summer, the fall, the spring, I mostly tend to smoke outside. You know, it sucks when it rains, but as Mike would say, she who must be obeyed must be obeyed. But I got a pretty cool wife if she lets me smoke inside in the wintertime by the hearth. We're almost there. Almost there. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be very good. Yeah, I just realized I took this out. I should be using... There we go. Perfect. It's not Glenfiddich anymore, it's Glen Spatula. Alright. Now in goes the rice. For about 3-4 minutes. Now this is the rice that I had rinsed and washed. I'm just going to make sure it's fully coated before I add in the wine. They say 3-4 minutes, but it really depends on, stove, it depends on your technique, it depends on the amounts that you're doing, the amounts that you're cooking. Basically, I just want to make sure that all the olive oil and all of the garlic oil and all of the onion juice coats every single grain of rice. I don't know if you can see me. I hope I'm not blocking the way too much, but the dog was just dripping water on this side of the oven. So my socks are wet, but it's all in the name of media. It actually doesn't look too bad to me. I'm gonna go in and add the wine. Rufus, get out of the way. Rufus, hey! Rufus! Oh yeah, there's that cup of white wine that I had prepped. And that's the white wine from our wedding from a couple weeks ago. This beautiful Sandbanks vintage from Southern Ontario. Oh, it smells good. Now, the thing with risotto, is to keep stirring. I'm going to keep doing this until the wine has mostly been absorbed or has evaporated. And then, Campbell's chicken broth to finish off the job. Once the rice is ready, then I'll put in my cheese. go. Now, I'm probably just going to fast forward through most of this until it's time to start putting in the cheese, because you'll basically just see me stirring, putting in broth, stirring, putting in more broth, stirring, putting in more broth. And it's the broth that gives it its base thickness to create this lovely, thick, creamy risotto that I like to have. Other people like to kind of keep it a little bit more granular. Some people like to turn it into a mushy paste. I'm more on the mushy paste side of things, and when I was in Italy, I found that risottos from the north in colder climates were thicker, a bit heavier, a bit more hearty, which is what I like. And this is the interesting part about my submission as well, is that yes, while the main element, saltimbocca alla romana, is Roman, this meal in general has influences from all over the country, right? A bit of a thicker northern style risotto, and I guess everywhere in the country they do caprese salad, but probably more so in the south. The salad is just there to give myself an excuse to have vegetables, really, if you can call it that, tomatoes or fruits. Technically they're berries, actually, because they come from an ovum. And then cheese, you know. And well, at least we got some basil leaves. That's something. It's a bit of iron. But it's fun, it's tasty, it's pretty. So I'm going to keep working at this and fast forward until it's time to put the cheese in. Some zoom. Now, as you can see, it's thickened up quite a bit already just from mixing in the stock. We're nowhere near ready though. Basically, you want to let that stock get absorbed by every single grain of rice. If it's al dente, you haven't done it enough. If it's porridge, you've done it too much. But I just want to point out, this is tough work. Lads, you don't need to go to the gym, just make risotto all day. Oh. Now we're cooking. Okay, folks and fans, we're almost there. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. It is heavy. It is nice and thick, just the way I like it. And we haven't even put in the cheese yet. All I've been doing is what I've been doing since I last signed off, is putting some stock in there, stirring it. Oh man. Now some people don't like this risotto this way. I do. For me, it's a comfort food, and it's like 2 degrees Celsius, I should say, out here tonight. And this is just exactly what I want. It's like a real good stick to your ribs, hearty Italian dish. So we're just about ready to put in the cheese here. Gotta get every last little bit. All right. And now, for the Parmesan that I grated earlier, all in. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm making a mess, but that's okay. That's what good food and good cooking is all about. I will clean up my station, as I mentioned earlier. Oh my goodness, look at that. this is a workout. Folding it in. Oh, nearly there. Just a few more moments. Goodness. Ooh, yeah. That's perfect. Like I said, I like mine really thick, really creamy, really cheesy. So I used actually quite a bit of broth and about a cup and some change of cheese. Fresh Parmigiano Reggiano. Oh yeah. Now we're freaking cooking, eh? All right. So, last thing to have to do is to dress the salad, dress the caprese salad, and then plate. And then I'll be able to serve my wife a beautiful meal, and I'll be a hero. See you soon. Okay, so the risotto's done. I just turned off the oven, and I'm gonna bring out the saltimbocca, and we'll see how it turned out. I'll start plating as well. Just let me get a hot plate here. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. Oh yeah. That's big time hot. Actually, before I do any of that, let me dress the caprese salad. Oh yeah. Look at that beauty. Bit of salt and pepper, bit of olive oil, some balsamic glaze. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Not too much. Mr. Olive oil. Nice little circles like this. And everyone gets to meet in the middle. I hope this spout cooperates. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. So that's ready. I'm just gonna go put this on the table. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So caprese salad is taken care of. And now, time to plate the saltimbocca and the risotto. Actually, I'll use this plate because these ones match. And this one looks a bit nicer than that one. It's all about the presentation, isn't it? Hot. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that's hot. Oh. You know, I'm probably better off just doing this with my fingers. Oh, man. There we go. That's one. Try not to tear the meat up too much. And that's two. I see one toothpick here. My hands are clean, by the way. Where's the other one? Aha. He's hiding. Aha, there he is. Beautiful. Sage and prosciutto. I know it doesn't look like much on the plate, but it's not supposed to. It's supposed to taste amazing on the plate. I wish you could be smelling this right now. This may have been my bad. Oh man, oh, there we go. Probably should have taken out the toothpicks before sticking it in the oven. But, you know, you live and learn. Oh yeah. All right, perfect. Okay. Now, for our delicious risotto. And the trick with this is to make it look appealing, right? Because it's basically quite mushy. Right, so like so. So you flatten it out, like so, and then with the tip of your spoon, you score it. Like that. Beauty. And now, for the best part. Ooh, this is still hot. This is still quite hot. And now the best part. Oh yeah. You just pour that jus all over. Look at that. Maybe I poured too much over, but you know what? At this point, I've been cooking for a very long time, and I don't really care anymore. I'm just too excited to eat. This looks amazing. but then all of this extra juice is going to get infused into the rice. So that's the first plate. And you always have to wipe down the sides of the plates. Big faux pas if you don't. Looks like I made a little bit of a mess here. Always wipe down the sides to make it look nice and presentable. Lovely. Look at that. A hearty Roman / Northern Italian meal. Beautiful. All right, let's get the final shot of me laying this down on the table. Let's eat.